Good morning. Oh, I already used that color. Okay, so we're doing green today. We're going to make a lovely green kind of plant here. So I'm just picking the color before I draw it. But the light colors that I want to use, I've kind of already used. Maybe I'll just use this one. Okay, so we're going to use a super easy peasy. Yeah, I'll use the inside of this. Because I like to draw it before I draw it on the real one so that you guys can have some, like, you know, see it before you draw it. And I can actually just trace my lady here. That's basically what my hoop looks like, yeah? So the leaf thing that we're going to stitch today uses a really simple shape, which is just a leaf shape, like that. And we're going to do a nice big long stem, a fat leaf on the top, and then on each side, however many fit. And you might have to do one that doesn't fit all the way, like that. So you might have to tuck it behind her hair. Obviously, you can put this anywhere that you want. You can put it over here if you want. You can kind of have it coming out from this side. I'm going to put it here because it's going to be a big plant. But also later, I'm going to put some other things on top of it and like layer it up a little bit. So let me get drawing. Hopefully I don't mess this up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Already different than what I drew. Good. I'm going to do just one more down here like that. Hello. Hi, Tash. How is your arm feeling? Arms? Arms? Now, for this one, I've chosen a light colored green, 214, and we're only going to use 3 strands. So you're going to need to split your strands. And the reason for this is because we've already done satin stitch with 6 strands, and now we're going to do it with 3 strands, and you can see how different it will look. Tasha's, oh my God, my arms hurt so much. So yesterday I went to that, my spa day from my birthday, and it was so nice. And on the back massage, she's like, are there any areas that are like tender or that like you think I should focus on? And I was like, yeah, like I sit and do embroidery a lot and I'm like sitting in my chair a lot. So probably like my shoulders and like my upper back maybe because, sitting down like hunched over, like that's probably going to be the thing. She goes, okay, that's fine. I'll like focus on there. But she went from like the top of my shoulders all the way down to almost like the base of my bum. And when she was going over like each of like my butt cheeks, I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? That hurts so much. So of course I didn't say anything because I was like too polite. And honestly, I thought it would be my shoulders that like hurt the most, but no, I must have some knots in my butt cheeks from sitting down. So just TMI with Tori, huh? That should be a thing where everyone like tells their like embarrassing stories and secrets. TMI with Tori. I've just made a new thing, guys. Don't say I never give you anything good. Okay. Moving along. I'm going to do one big long straight stitch from each of these. It'll end up being the back stitch for the stem. And then for each of these things here, each of these leaves, I'm just going to do a straight down the middle satin stitch. Now, if you need to do the lines, make the lines. That's totally fine. We're just going to make them straight up and down. No angling or anything like that. Easy peasy, straight up and down. So even on the side ones, vertical, or no, horizontal. And it's easiest if you put one down the middle and then continue to fill it up on each side. Very loose lines there, by the way, especially on this little guy. Okay, so I've got my 3 strands, and I used Anchor Threads color number 214. So for each of these little, that's not how big my stitch is going to be. It's going to be from here to here, here to here. So these are nice long stitches. Okay, so that's finished. And then I'm going to just zoom in so that you can see the stitches. Hopefully you're not getting sick with the amount of times that I've already hit the camera. Okay, so I'm gonna go once up the middle, like this. And I'm just gonna keep on going for each side until it's filled in. Hi, George. Hope you have a great day. Now we're doing a simple stitch for this because, like I said, later I'm going to kind of layer over another kind of flower slash leaf situation. Aw, thanks, George. He said you too. Valentine's Day tomorrow, you know. So make sure Miss Eleanor is treated well, spoiled. Yeah, so we're gonna layer over some other things so that this leaf looks like it's in the background of the whole thing. Hi. Now, the only thing that you kind of have to watch out for when you do these is to make sure you go over enough to make it look round on the sides, but not over too much so that it looks like a triangle. Because if I keep going with this and make smaller, 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 you're literally gonna have like a triangle leaf instead of like a round, nice leaf shape. You can do one on each side or just do one side at a time. I tend to do one side at a time. That's just me. Sometimes you can combine the stitches. So if you've noticed, if you've like been following for a long time, in other stitch-alongs or even in some of my own work, I'll do half a set. Sorry, I didn't realize this would shake so much because I keep bumping it. I'll do half a satin stitch and then back stitch the bottom part here So just to leave half of it open. And sometimes that has a nice, gives it a nice little look, you know? Good morning, Kim. You guys, I love it when, like, I know the people who come to the lives, you know? It makes my heart so full. So literally just filling in. Later today, for the paid stitch along, we're going to do some thread painting. So if you're ever wondering about thread painting or how to do it, then watch the video after this one as well. Kim says, you know, these always de-stress me. Love dropping in to watch. I read it in my mind as distress me, like it makes you, like puts you in distress, not de-stress. So I had to read it a couple times and be like, huh, why does she watch if it gives her so much stress? Oh, no coffee yet this morning. That's my problem. The opposite. Kim said, no, it's the opposite. De-stress, not distress. Now I'm just skipping straight down over here. You can see the line, and that's because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put something up over on top. So it doesn't really matter if I've got, you know. Yeah, she said that she was lazy when she was typing. And that's okay. I would be too. I'm getting to the end of my thread. So I'll be able to take the other half because it's 3 and 3, because it's six strands. So I'll take the other half and be able to probably do all the rest of them with that. So easy peasy day today. 3 strands. And then later for the paid stitch along, we're doing the thread painting, and that's with 1 strand. So you can really see how different all the different strands can look. Because there really is a big difference. One more. Let's see how much. Kim says it takes her ages, I'm assuming, to do thread painting. It looks so good when it's finished, but like, man, sometimes it does take a really long time. I've done a couple hoops that are that were 8-inch hoops, and they were completely thread painted. But I used 6 strands. I didn't use 1 because the 8-inch hoop is just, it's too big to be using 1 strand for something like, I did one for my brother for, it was a hot air balloon, like landing on the water. I'm sure you guys have seen it before because I share it like all the time. And then I did one for our friends in Hong Kong. And that was like a sunset over the harbor in Hong Kong. And they look really nice still, but some people do thread painting with just 1 strand for like really big hoops. And oh my goodness, like the hours. Like the hours it took me just to do that was like, Jesus. Jesus, help me. Kim says, my Paris t-shirt, I did a full lily with thread painting, and yikes. Man. Like, they look so good when you're done. So, like, you think whilst you're doing it, this was a mistake. This was a mistake. But then after you do it, you're like, oh my gosh, this was so worth it because it looks incredible. Yeah, like I got about halfway through it and I was like, I don't think I'm going to finish this. And I was like, you have to finish this because it's a gift. It's almost the same like with the recipe hoops that I did. Or I should say. Man, some of those, like the handwriting is so hard and it's all cursive-y and they all flow together. And then when you stitch it, you're like, oh my goodness. This person's handwriting is so hard. Why did I say okay to this? I should have charged 100 more pounds. Goodness, keep bumping the table. I need to get a different tripod thing for my phone. I looked all over in the States and they like really didn't have one except for on Amazon. Aw, Tash said you should charge 100 pounds more anyways because your work is so brilliant. Oh, you're too kind, you guys. I am working on some like little mini hoops for, I've got Hardborn Handmade on March 22nd, which is Mother's Day. And they're having like a little Mother's Day event in the Circle in Hardborn. And so I always take some kits, and I'm making up a new Mother's Day kit for that market. And I'm sure it'll be like announced before then. And then one more kit to be released before then. And then I've got little mini hoops too, because every time you take like a really big hoop to a market, people are like, how much is that? And I'll be like, oh, this one is 70 pounds. And they'll be like, 17. And I'll be like, no, 70. And they'll be like, ha ha ha, and then walk away. And I'm like, thanks. It always makes me chuckle. So, yeah, so I've got some minis that I'm doing. That'll be super cute. And then I've got some little necklaces, little wooden necklaces that I used to make ages ago. And I just stopped making them. I don't know why. The ones I made before were like proper scenes, like in a necklace though. And I would have to charge like way more than people were like willing to pay, for them. I'll pop some pictures up of the ones, but there was like a lighthouse, a moon like over the sea, and then there was like a field of flowers, and then there was like some trees. Yeah, there was like a bunch of different ones that I did. Kim says, I hate it when that happens at markets, as I'm unable to edit the what the fuck look on my face. Yeah. But then like there was a really cute, like sweet older gentleman who came over and he was like, oh, these are so lovely. My wife used to do this. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then he goes, how much is this one? And I said it was the same one that everyone picks up. I said it was 70 pounds. And he was like, oh, that must have taken you hours and hours. I can't believe you're only charging 70 pounds. You should add more money to that. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I love you. But then he goes, but that's way too expensive for me. And then he walked away. And I was like, well, the thought counts. Thanks for thinking of me, babes. Some people can be really sweet. Speaking of really sweet, have you guys seen the older couple, Jeff and Pauline, on Instagram? Oh my gosh, yesterday I was just like crying and crying and crying because they're so cute. I got the tiniest little knot here. Can you see it? Look how small that is. So I think it's Jeff Walker, Geoffry, maybe. I'm just going to pull it through and see if I can't just keep pulling it through. And oh my gosh, one, they've got a cute little book out. This is not an ad. I've not read the book. I don't know them. Yeah, so it's just an older couple, like some pensioners. And they have their own Instagram account called Geoffrey Walker. I shared it in my stories yesterday if you want to like just skip through those later and like have a look. And basically he just like updates Instagram about his day every day. And they've made a book about all of the love letters that they sent each other during the war. And it's so sweet. Like so cute. And then apparently like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, basically someone stole Pauline's purse. And he like put out a little plea to Instagram like, someone's stolen Pauline's purse. It's a little black purse. I hope that she can find it again. And she's crying in the background and she's going, it's black. It's a black purse. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like if you guys just want to watch cute videos. So that's what I did yesterday. I like paused my television show and was just like sat there watching their Instagram videos like over and over and over. And like in some of them he's like making bread and he does like, one of them he made a lasagna and he made Pauline take a bite and go yummy, yummy, yummy. Why am I telling you this? Oh my God, it was so cute though. All right, well that's all that we've done today. There's three strands here. I'll zoom in and kind of like move it back and forth. So 3 strands here, and you can tell it's just a bit more delicate than the 6 strands here. Again, it's still smooth and nice, but if you've got a smaller hoop or if you've got a smaller space, it's really nice to kind of stick it in the background, especially if you're going to put something over it. So I'm going to have some kind of flowers and leaves that kind of go over top here and over top here. So the satin stitch is really good with less strands, especially if you want to put something on top and have like a bit of a layering effect. Sometimes with really textured stitches, like the split stitch, some people fill with a chain stitch, or even like a, what's it called? The fishbone one that we did. This one over here, like that. I wouldn't really put a lot of stuff over top of this because it looks so lovely how it is. So like, for example, if I wanted to put like a stem that came in over the middle of it, I wouldn't have chose a fishbone stitch for that because you kind of want everyone to see the crisscrossing. So if I did layer, I'd put it kind of over to the side where you don't mess up the middle. Whereas this one, it's just like a nice filler stitch. Some people like to outline it when they're finished. You can outline it with a contrasting color. You can do like black or like a dark green or even a light green. You know, something like that. You can add a line down the middle with a different color. Some people do that. But today we just kept it simple because I know what's going to go over top of it, basically. So hopefully that will help you when you draw it. Like always, you can do just one stalk. You can do another one over here if you want. But just remember, today is the 13th, and so we still have the rest of the month to add things. So it just depends on, 1, how full you want it to be, and 2, how confident you are overlapping some of your leaves and flowers, because that will happen later. just so you know. So enjoy your day. Be sure to tag, etc., etc. I will announce the giveaway winner because yesterday was basically a write-off. Let's not lie. So I'll announce the giveaway winner for Monday's giveaway, and then Saturday there will be another giveaway. So yeah, have a lovely Thursday. Bye.